Konnichiwa, I'm the Manga Man, and welcome one and all to the first installment of the anime of 2014. Finally. By popular demand, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Crystal. Now, before we begin, I must make it clear that I myself have never watched the original anime series. Again, Cardcaptor's fan. I only even know about Sailor Moon through the abridged series and word of mouth. Even though I was never a fan of the series, I still realize the impact that it had on the rest of the world. The original manga is not only one of the most popular series of all time, but Sailor Moon is also the reason why we even get shoujo series over here in the first place. Sailor Moon also brought new life to a decaying magical girl genre and opened the door for series such as Magic Knight Rayearth, Nurse Angel, Ririki SOS, and Pretty Cure. For the Western market, it brought something for the young girls and boys that weren't really shown too often in media. Strong female characters in a main role. Yes, we had shows like She-Ra and Gem, I guess, but Sailor Moon and the rest of the Scouts show a different kind of strength. What do I mean by this? Well, let's stop talking about the original series and talk about the brand new one, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Crystal. Even for a non-Sailor Moon fan, you can feel the reverence the anime creators have for this series. The music is fantastic and really feels like you're in a live concert with its big band feel and use of epic chorus at key moments. Though at first I was sad not to hear the original Sailor Moon opening, Moonlight Densetsu, I can understand why they opted to go for a new one. This is not a remake of the original anime, but rather an entirely new concept based on the original manga. And though they didn't use it, you can still hear key sampled melodies from the original theme in this new one. This isn't the only instance of song sampling, so listen closely and you might just hear an old familiar melody from the original series. The story? What can I say? If you're familiar with the manga, then you should be pretty familiar with this. Or will you be? For those that have not read the manga, you'll be treated to something that is very similar, yet a little different from what you remember. The anime does realize where most of its fame has come from, and makes nod to the original series in lots of little clever moments, though staying true to the original manga, while also adding in their own little twist to the story that I think really helps it along. So, it's a win-win for any Sailor Moon fan. Going back to the topic of strength in female characters, it's important to remember how people often make misconceptions.
Women can't be strong unless they forego their emotions and act totally manly.
And honey, just forget about romance. But in Sailor Moon, the characters are an excellent mix of personality types, showing that strength doesn't only come from the loveless tomboy, but also can come from the bratty crybaby, the shy, sensitive one, and the stern, passionate one. You can see shades of this theme in more modern American shows like My Little Pony, where each has their own special talent and personality type, but all find their strength when it comes to their friendship. Prior to Sailor Moon, young girls of the 90s often had the Smurfette principal females to look to as role models. She-Ra was just a female He-Man, Chitara was just a female Lionel, let's all be honest here. But with Sailor Moon and the magical girl anime that followed, girls got a look at what it was like for there to be a majority of female characters to look toward. And you didn't have to just pick one or two, but from a wide array of characters. Now, there are lots of shows with an array of female leads, though not as many as one would hope. But again, Looking at My Little Pony, they definitely appear to have taken influence from Sailor Moon in several aspects. This type of strength, I believe, can best be seen by our main character, Usagi. Go with me on this. Now, yes, Usagi is a flawed character, and no, I don't mean she is a poorly written character, but that she is a flawed human being like the rest of us. She is not the most coordinated person, she's not too smart, and oftentimes it feels like she would have gotten herself killed a number of times if not for her entourage. But as she learns more about her powers and the other Sailor Scouts, she gets braver because they're people she's formed a bond with. In forming that bond and being more willing to fight and stand beside these girls, she finds she's able to perform more selfless acts for strangers as well. Whenever one of her friends are in danger, she is always there to defend. Even though she whines and cries, she never runs from a real fight. With all her quirkiness, she's a friend whom we can depend. She is the one, Sailor Moon. I'm the Manga Man, here to say that there is an anime out there for everyone, and Sailor Moon Crystal is just the one for me, surprisingly. And what's coming up next for the anime of 2014? Well! Oh boy. She's the one!